Welcome to Big Daddy Storytime. We're reading Berenstain Bear's Report Card Trouble. Can you see Mama Bear there? And Sister Bear? They're looking very nervously on Brother Bear's report card because he's having report card trouble and Papa's not too happy about it. Would you like to read a story about this? You would? Okay, let's get started. It was report card day at Bear County School, Bear Country School, that is, and there they were in their envelopes on each desk when Brother Bear's class returned from lunch. Most of Brother's classmates sat right down, took their report cards out of their envelopes, and looked at them. But not Brother. He just sat there and stared at the envelope. Most of Brother's classmates were pleased with their marks. Most of them had gotten A's, B's, and a few C's. But Brother stared at the envelope as if it were a bomb about to go off. He picked it up ever so slowly, drew the report card out of the envelope, and it was a clean sweep. Brother had gotten a terrible grade in every subject except physical education. If Teacher Bob had gotten out A pulses in physical education, Brother would have gotten one. That was because, in addition to being captain and star goalie on the soccer team, Brother ran track, pitched baseball, and did gymnastic like a monkey. That was the problem. Brother was so taken up with sports that he had let his other subjects slide. It hadn't taken overnight, and perhaps Mama and Papa should have seen it coming. But what with one thing and another, they didn't. And now Brother was in the soup, deep in the soup, up to his eyeballs. Sister was awaiting at the bus when school let out. She had gotten a great report card and wanted to tell Brother about it. Brother, 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 guess what? She cried. I got 3 A's and 2 B's, the best card I ever. But she didn't finish. She could tell from Brother's face that he must have gotten a very bad report card. He was looking straight ahead and walking like a robot. They climbed onto the bus. "Who's your zombie friend?" asked Lizzie Bruin, Sister's best friend. Sister mouthed, "Got a bad report card?" Sister sat with Lizzie. Brother sat across the aisle. He stared straight ahead as the bus drove away from the school. Later, Mama and Sister watched from the next room as Papa looked at Brother's report card. Sister put her fingers in her ears to muffle the explosion, but Papa didn't explode at first. Then came the biggest explosion ever heard in the tree house. It shook the earth. It trembled the trees. It scared small animals into their hiding holes. Papa said all the things papas say when they see a really bad report card. "This is the worst report I have ever seen. It's a disgrace, an outrage to think that any son of mine." "Well," said Papa, staring down at Brother, "what have you got to say for yourself?" "I guess I'm grounded," said Brother. "That's right," roared Papa. "Grounded, grounded, grounded, grounded. There'll be no more TV, no more video games, no more movies, no more skateboarding, no more rollerblading, no more soccer, no more sports of any kind, and furthermore," when Mama saw a tear forming in Brother's eye, his lip began to tremble. She came to his rescue. "That'll be quite enough shouting," she said. "But your father's right, Brother. You're going to be grounded until you pull your marks up." "But that'll take forever," said Brother. "It's like being grounded for life." "Be that as it may, that's the way it's going to be," said Papa. Mama watched his brother slowly climb the stairs and went into his room. She knew he would find in his room all the things he wasn't going to be allowed to do until he pulled his marks up: his skateboard, his rollerblades, his soccer ball, his baseball and glove, his video games, and his walls were covered with pictures of sports heroes. He didn't stay in his room long. He came back down again. Mama wasn't surprised. She could almost see a cloud of gloom over his head as he wandered from one room to another, a lost soul in his own house. Papa started to turn the TV on, that is, but Mama caught his eye and shook her head. No, no. Brother noticed. He went outside and sat on the front steps. Mama came out and sat on the steps with him. Papa and sister watched from inside. You know, it's not the end of the world, dear, said Mama. It may as well be, said Brother. All you have to do is pull your marks up, said Mama. By the time I pull my marks up, soccer season will be over. Since I can't do anything else, I guess I better start hitting the books. He went back into the house. Supper that night was pretty gloom. It was as if the whole house were grounded. Mama and sister cleared the table quickly so Brother could use it to work on his studies. Hey, look, said Papa as he scanned the paper. There's a pretty good movie playing at the multiplex. What do you say we take in, But Papa didn't finish because Mama frowned and shook her head. No. There was no way the rest of the family was going to take in a movie while Brother was home, struggling with fractions and percentages. Word that Brother was grounded got around quickly the next day. Coach Grismeyer was pretty disappointed when he heard about it. The team had some big soccer matches coming up, and they didn't want to have much of it. They weren't going to have much of a chance without their star goalie, Brother Bear. After school, Sister came into the kitchen with a long face and slumped on a chair. What are you moping about? You're not grounded, said Mamma. No, said Sister, but I may as well be. With Brother grounded, I've got nobody to do stuff with. Play video games, rollerblade, practice soccer, or anything. You could go over to Lizzie's, suggested Mamma. She's your best friend. Maybe so, said Sister, but she's not much of a rollerblader. Her mother doesn't allow her to play video games, and as far for soccer, well, forget it. That evening, Mama took Papa outside and said, My dear, she said, I'm just as disappointed in Brother's report card as I am of you. But in a way, we're almost as much to blame as Brother. We are? Said Papa. That's right, said Mama. There's more to being a parent than cheering at soccer games. We should have been checking on his work. What do you think we should do? Said Papa. I think he's having a hard time with fractions and percentages. You used to be a whiz at that sort of thing. Why don't you help him? But it turned out that Papa was pretty rusty, so Mama helped both of them. Even Sister pitched in. She quizzed Brother on his new vocabulary words. The family lost track of time and got to bed late. It was more of the same the next morning, but besides his regular homework, Brother had to make a model of the solar system. Luckily, Mama had enough fruits and vegetables on hand to do the job. And just as they had the night before, the whole family pitched in. By the time Brother got home from school the next day, Papa had had enough. It helped that Brother had Brother gotten an B in fractions and percentages quiz and an A for his solar system. Wow! Look, said Mama. Everybody wants me to ease up on you, your sister, and your friends. I even had a call from your soccer coach, and I'm willing, but you've got to promise that you'll pull your grades up and that you'll never fall behind again. I promise, said Brother. I don't want to get a report card like that ever again. Good, said Papa. That's a good load off my mind because I don't ever want to go through being grounded again. Me neither, said Sister. Me neither, said Mama. Me neither, said Brother with a big grin. What have we learned today, my friends? We learned from Mama, Sister Bear, Brother Bear, and Papa that teamwork, family teamwork, can win any trouble, even report card trouble. Have a super day, my friends. Be sure to like, favorite, and subscribe. Stay tuned for more Big Daddy Story Time. God bless.